We are live from the Maglio Gymnasium for the first round of the Greater Middlesex Conference Playoffs. I'm Ben Chadwick, joined by Saketh Kodorian. Saketh, we have a massive storyline. Obviously, whoever wins moves on to the quarterfinals. But also, as you'll see on the top right of your screen, Josh Ingram has 985 career points, 15 more points to be in that prestigious 1,000-point club for St. Joe's. And Saketh, I mean, how much does it mean to really be in a club like that for such a talented and historical school in basketball?
Definitely, like you said, historical school. Obviously, guys like Jay Williams, Carl Anthony Towns, last year Ethan Simmons, joining company like that, really cementing himself as, the star player for this team and, one of the best players the school has ever seen. And Ben, there's been a lot of controversy leading up to this game. Obviously, you could see Spotswood pack their fan section completely. St. Joe's, the Falcon flock is there, but not as much as you would an STA game, obviously, because Spotswood is nowhere near as good as that STA team, and they will never be that good. But we'll see, how much the Falcons win by.
No, I mean, like you said, Spotswood has more fans at a home game for St. Joe's, and hey, maybe they have a lot of confidence in their team, but the last three matchups with these teams, St. Joe's has won by an average of 43 points. We'll see how this one goes. Spotswood wins the tip.
Ben, this might be one of the only times that there might be more opposing fans than home fans for us, especially, St. Joe's, obviously known for its fan participation. Spotswood misses, Spotswood bastion.
Armitage, yeah, like I said, with the three-point miss. Now David Caruso trying to answer back. Caruso's won't fall.
And Ben, something about Spotswood, their tallest players are starting the game on the bench, which kind of confused me.
There's a lot of guards on the Spotswood team. Daniel Yaris being maybe the tallest player on the court right now for them. And he'll get charged with a charging call right here, so St. Joe's will take over. Got 30 seconds in. Still no points on the board. Ingram over to Griffin. Griffin at the top of the key. Ingram guarded by Walker.
What a
over
find.
To David Caruso. Caruso the floater. And the shot won't fall for David Caruso.
And also, Ben, this is the first game in a while that both Anthony Williams and Owen Griffin are starting together. Last couple games, there's been a different player starting, which has really helped with the spacing of the floor. And now we'll see how that works out. Josh Ingram puts it in. First 2 points of the game, 13 left to go for Josh Ingram.
Yeah, and a quick start there for Ingram, so maybe we'll see it very soon. Maybe the first quarter or even the second quarter to hit that 1,000-point mark. The shot is missed by Walker. Comiskey. Over to Armitage. Now Yaris with the drive. A nice drive in there by the junior. It's tied at 2. Now Josh Ingram.
Caruso finds
Regan working it into Anthony Williams. Dante Regan seeing a lot heavier workload than he did at the start of the season. Now he'll shoot a 3. And it's a break for the sophomore.
And Ben, Regan's been pretty fearless to shoot even when there's been a little bit of a contest. I like, how aggressive he is shooting the ball.
And too much aggression there for Aiden Scher on that pass. I mean, he just threw it to no one right there, Saketh. I get what he was trying to do, but man, you can't be making those foolish mistakes in a game where you are not favored to win. And the Falcon flock letting Scher know their thoughts about that pass as Ingram loses the ball and gives it right back.
Ben, St. Joe's does this very often where they start the game with a lot of turnovers and it starts to, start having an impact later in the game. Obviously, you don't want to start the game that way. What do you do to kind of limit those turnovers?
Man, I mean, talk about turnovers. There's a lot of foolish turnovers so far. A couple of out of bounds, a travel right there. Limiting turnovers is just getting rid of the nerves. I think both these teams have a lot of nerves. It's the start of the GMC playoffs. Everyone is just on edge, so just trying to calm yourself down, maybe have a couple of coaches talk to you and get everyone cool, calm, and collected. That's really the way to get rid of them. Ingram a deep 3. No good. Yaris with the rebound. Armitage over to Scher, no good. Nice rebound there by Anthony Williams. Fast break play here for the Falcons.
Good find.
Caruso for three, and it's good.
I mean, Ben, Caruso's been pretty automatic the last couple games. I think he put in like 4 3-pointers last game. Maybe Spotswood could take some lessons because they haven't been able to hit any of theirs yet.
Yeah, Dave with a career high last game.
As you can see there,
points.
Spotswood can't buy a 3.
And now Josh Ingram trying to answer back. Ingram the drive in, a nice lay, finger roll from the senior.
Ben, now Josh is at 11 points left to go to hit that mark.
Scher's three-pointer no good. Dante Regan's gonna get fouled after the board. Comiskey was way too aggressive, even after Regan caught the ball, so that'll be a foul on Casey Comiskey. And the other thing to mention about Casey Comiskey, a Seton Hall baseball commit on their team right now in Casey Comiskey. So just an all-around athlete, but right there gets called for the foul. Josh with 4 points on the game. Gonna start with the ball once again. Working it on Armitage. Now Caruso. Halfway through the first period. Josh Ingram driving in on Armitage. Nice kick out to Regan. Dante Regan. That's three-pointer no good. And Ingram.
Oh, what a spin.
Drive in the fadeaway from Josh
Oh
Ingram.
my.
A gorgeous play by the senior.
In the spin cycle. Oh.
The back fourth spin cycle fadeaway from Josh Ingram. And Daniel Yaris will get a shooting foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. So, Kath, I mean, you want to talk a little bit more on what
I mean, I don't know if I just watched Josh Ingram shoot that or Kyrie Irving shoot that. That was a nasty spin. I mean, I'd retire if I was the person who got spinned on like that. Just hang it up in the rafters.
So Daniel Yaris at the line for 2. Spotswood trails by 7. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first. This first one will fall. Yaris, an 89% free throw shooter. And I mean, if you want to talk about where Spotswood got all these wins, I think free throws are the way you go. So many awesome free throw shooters in terms of efficiency this year for the Chargers.
It was free throws, not their team.
Both will fall for Yaris. Josh Ingram, 9 points to go. God bless you, Steph.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Now Dante Regan at the top of the key. Griffin, over to Regan. Josh Ingram going to slow down the offense. On the right wing, Ingram. Well, it's going to be a reaching foul on Keegan Walker. So Davey Caruso, little big man, in for the inbound for St. Joe's.
Oh, that's going in.
And it didn't go in, but there was a foul called for Owen Griffin against Armitage before he shot it. Looks like just a pushing or a shoving foul.
And the Falcon flock confirms that you cannot do that.
Well, you love to hear it. They know so much about basketball. Anthony Williams, that pass inerrant to Caruso. Now here comes Scher. And Scher's shot is blocked by Josh Ingram.
I think number 0 just got blocked by Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, I stand corrected. I don't know, did Josh get a hand on that, or did that just go nowhere?
I think Casper was just in there.
That's
Great
fair.
contest by Casper.
Ingram driving to the right. Josh Ingram going to lose the ball. He'll fall on it. And we'll get a jump ball between Josh Ingram and Albion Armitage.
And Ben, that was almost another one of those turnovers we were talking about. We're lucky that we're playing Spotswood, so we're up by 5 right now. But you know, these turnovers will start to add up.
They definitely will. And St. Joe's is known to play down to competition and also play up to competition. And a lot of close games that shouldn't have been close games here in the Maglio. Could this be another one?
Ben, looking at the Spotswood fan section kind of reminds me how Cowboys fans travel to all their games really well, but somehow never do good.
Yeah, I can speak from first-hand experience. They do travel very well and never play good. But here's Anthony Williams, called on the travel. Spotswood will take over. Rion Armitage, one of two brothers, passes it to his little brother, Albion Armitage. Armitage with the drive in, off the glass, he'll get his own rebound, and Rion with the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, number 0 really needs to start practicing, you know, these gathers.
And Armitage on the other end, it's another bucket for Spotswood. They lead, or trail by 1 rather. Josh Ingram, the step back, doesn't take it. Instead, Anthony Williams will kick it to Griffin. There's a great play, but blocked by Spotswood. And here comes Scher. Over to Armitage, and Spotswood takes the lead. If I'm Coach Cocoziello, you have to call a timeout right here.
Ben, I'm telling you, these turnovers are going to start to add up, and that's why Jeremy DeCaro is about to be subbed in, because, you know, he's a guy who could get back in transition if there were to be turnovers.
It's going to be a reach and foul. P.A. Walker will check into the game for Spotswood.
Dan Bellavia also checking in.
And the Falcon flock
Obviously
is
the
getting
crowd
rowdy
loves
for
Dan.
Bellavia. If we didn't have enough fans before Dan Bellavia checked in, it sure sounds like it right now.
Honestly, there might be some Bellavia fans in the Spotswood fan section.
It's a possibility. Josh Ingram with the drive in. No bucket. They're going to call an on-the-floor foul against Spotswood. So Ingram just getting closer and closer. So many buckets that haven't counted so far in this game. Still 9 points away from reaching 1,000. 80 seconds left to go. Ingram, guarded by Yaris. Josh Ingram gets his pass stolen. Armitage. Nice pass over to P.A. Walker. And Walker is going to get blocked by Bellavia, but they call a foul.
Ben, these turnovers, they're getting really out of hand now.
And I mean, at this point, you got to give props to the defense of Spotswood. I mean, they're forcing all these turnovers. Yes, St. Joe's is playing very foolish with the basketball right now, but the Spotswood defense is just crucial and just killer for them right now. So the first shot of the line for P.A. Walker is good. Could possibly lead by 3 after this one. And they will. It's that free throw for shooting on full display for the Chargers. Josh Ingram with the drive in. And Ingram.
Oh, and that should be a
block.
foul, I think.
Instead of find
Bellavia.
Bellavia for 3. No good. And on comes Scher. Scher. His layup no good.
That's the third time number 0's missed a layup. I mean, it's really time to start practicing those. You know, maybe a couple extra reps in the layup line won't hurt.
Ingram finds Williams. Back over to Ingram. Josh Ingram for 3. It's good.
Yeah, so number 0, Aiden Scher. I'd recommend some Josh Ingram tapes. Maybe you'd be able to pick up how to make some layups, how to make some threes, how to contribute to your team a little bit.
That's kept with 2 threes away as Josh Ingram drives down.
Oh my gosh!
Oh man, he's getting close.
Josh pointed to Mr. Mercado.
Josh Ingram putting on a show. And that is how he ends the first period. Tied at 14.
I guess that's the Mercado dunk, because right when he dunked it, pointed to Mercado.
That definitely is the Mercado dunk, and that is the perfect name for it. As we head into the second period, the game is tied at 14, and Josh Ingram is just 4 points away from reaching the 1,000-point club. back for the second period. Tied at 14 is the score. Spotswood will start with ball. Walker driving it on DeCaro. It's got to be a foul somewhere. DeCaro fell over, and they will call a foul against DeCaro, it looks like.
I think there's an exponential decay in the quality of refs that we have sometimes. That was clearly not a foul.
P.A. Walker for three, no good. Anthony Williams gets the board. Tries to find Bellavia, and he will. Bellavia over to Caruso. Now to DeCaro. Jeremy DeCaro, the quick three for St. Joe's.
Ben DeCaro has been on another level recently with the three-pointers, with the defense, with the layups, everything. He's just been on the next level.
And the three from Yaris is no good. Bellavia with the board. And there'll be a timeout as Bellavia was fighting off three Charger defenders. So a timeout for Coach Cocoziello. That's Keth. I mean, you see him right next to us. Head coach of Spotswood, Steve, made his 28th season with the team, and he is very angry at how things are going. But I mean, I think his team is playing well. I don't know about you.
Yeah, considering they're only down by 3 points, huge success already for Spotswood. It looks like he's mad at Daniel Yaris, their star player. He's been taking a couple threes that haven't really been open, and then Aiden Scher, sorry, who's fumbled a little bit, I'll say, on a couple layup attempts.
St. Joe's leads by 3. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Josh Ingram taking the ball up. Now Anthony Williams. Back over to Jeremy DeCaro. Jeremy DeCaro, nice pump fake there by the junior. Ingram with his own. Josh Ingram finds DeCaro. Jeremy DeCaro, an open three. No good. St. Joe's couldn't get the board. Now here comes Spotswood. The shot from Armitage is no good. Both teams fighting for the rebound, and Yaris will come up with it. P.A. Walker, his jumper is good. And we have a battle right now in the Maglio. Ingram, guarded by Rion Armitage. Now Anthony Williams. DeCaro, the top of the key. The drive in for Jeremy DeCaro. Nice drive in.
Oh,
kick out to Ingram for the three.
I already know it.
Josh Ingram.
He's too good.
Another one.
He's 1 point away from 1,000 career points.
One more point until history. And Armitage will drive in, and they'll call charging. Jeremy DeCaro, he always gets at least one charging call for his team every single game. That might be his one.
Ben, I feel a LeBron moment from last night. He might just do it here. Quick fadeaway, LeBron fashion.
We're gonna have to see. Josh Ingram, 6 minutes left to go. 1 point away from joining the 1,000 point scorers. I'll hand it off to Regan. Back over to Ingram. Josh Ingram for three. No good. Armitage with the rebound.
And that one moved in slow motion.
It really did. I feel like it was up there for 20, 30 seconds. Ball will travel out of bounds. Spotswood will maintain possession. Scher. Over to Armitage. Now Yaris. Aiden
Oh!
Stuffed
Benjamin Chadwick.
by Anthony Williams.
All right, so Aiden Scher might as well stop putting the ball up. It's bad now.
He thought he had a lane. He beat Jeremy DeCaro, but he did not know that Anthony Williams was lurking in the shadows. But a quick bucket there for Comiskey.
His field goal percentage matches his jersey number right now.
Dante Regan to drive in. Kicks out to Ingram. Josh Ingram.
Oh, and that's
drive
the
in
one.
Floater. It's good. Josh Ingram makes history.
1,000 points.
In the Maglio. 1,001 points for Joshua Ingram. History is made in St. Joe's. Timeout on the floor. And Saketh, I don't know if we realized what we just saw. The last time St. Joseph's had a 1,000-point score was 2020. Last time before that, 2017. This is not an often occurrence that Josh Ingram has just accomplished here in the Maglio.
He's just that good. Since freshman year, he's been the absolute #1 option, undisputedly, until last year, where he's playing second fiddle a little bit to Ethan Simmons. But, he's been amazing besides that. And even as a second fiddle, he's done a great job. Obviously, one of the best jump shots we've seen in a while, silky smooth. And over this summer, he put on, a couple pounds in muscle, really able to bruise defenders in the paint, and, well-deserved 1,000-point club.
It really is. It all started in that sophomore year game against Roselle Catholic, 29 points. And now here he is today, multiple 30-point games this season, and he accomplishes the unthinkable, 1,000 points for Josh Ingram. And the game goes on. St. Joe sporting a 4-point lead. Comiskey for three, no good. Ingram with the rebound. Over to Griffin. And Regan is going to slow it down here for St. Joe's. He'll find Caruso. That three is off, and Caruso knew it. And now here comes Cher. 4.5 minutes left. Over to Walker. And a quick bucket for P.A. Walker.
Ben, I got a little bit wrapped up in this Josh Ingram business. I forgot how close the game is.
It really is. I mean, this is very unexpected, but, man, it's been fun to watch. You cannot lie. Dante Regan calling off Josh Ingram, but now he'll pass over to Owen Griffin. Thought we were seeing a bit of a Jeremy Lin, Kobe Bryant moment there, but Ingram working in. Josh Ingram gets stuffed. And now here comes Yaris. Daniel Yaris on the other end. Once again, it's a tie game. Ingram's going to drive in. Josh Ingram, the quick floater is good.
This might be like the 4th or 5th game in a row Josh might eclipse 30 points.
I mean, man, the past 6 games, he's averaging over 28 points per game, which is unheard of at the high school level. Rebound by Caruso after the Comiskey miss.
And he's open again in the corner. Caruso can't find it. He
Caruso
puts it up.
Gonna take his own shot, no good. Oh, a nice play there by Griffin. Jeremy Carl fighting for it. He gets it over to Ingram. Josh Ingram to drive in. Nice power there from the senior. And he is talking smack on the way down. Josh Ingram having himself a day. He had no plan to stop at 1,000 points. He's going to keep going. P.A. Walker, his three-pointer is good. Both teams are firing on all cylinders right now. Josh Ingram, nice pass over to Caruso. Caruso couldn't do anything with it. And a timeout, or rather a travel. To be honest, I don't know what happened there. Maybe a double dribble or a travel. Either way, it's another
I'm going to need a flow chart from the refs for that one.
Just more and more of those
Spotswood is chanting we can't do that, but I'm pretty sure we can. I'm not going to lie.
I got you. And P.A. Walker keeps it going for the Chargers as they take another lead. Josh Ingram using some more power. Finds Caruso open in the corner. And the three-pointer is good for Davey Caruso. Josh Ingram, I mean, the playmaking, the shooting. What does he not do incredibly well?
Turning the ball over. He's not doing that very well because he has really good ball security.
That's true.
You know, a lot of the other players are, you know, kicking the ball, not running towards the ball sometimes. But, you know, Josh is putting this team on his back right now. Especially with Clayville out, he's been taking a bigger role.
Yeah, Jeremy Clayville looks like he won't be returning at all for this GMC tournament, maybe for states. So Josh is going to really have to step up like he has the past few weeks. Daniel Yaris for 3 over Griffin. Yaris' 3 is good. Spotswood will not let up. Josh Ingram finding his way inside. His shot is blocked. And Ingram goes up again.
They are too tiny for Josh Ingram right now. Too tiny. They're a baby. They're all babies.
And Coach Mate is furious at the refs for that shooting call. He was begging for a tribal, and he won't get it.
Aiden Sure, you are a baby.
Ingram's first free throw is good. And Sketh, I mean, you want to talk about the travel calls. There's been a lot for St. Joe's. In your honest opinion, was that a travel or was that really a shooting foul?
I think it was a shooting foul. He did rise up, and one player had his hand completely on the ball. I don't think he fouled. One of the other players looked like he dragged Josh down a little bit.
So Ingram gets blocked, then goes to the line for 2 after the shooting foul. Ties it up at 31 for St. Joe's. And Ingram gets the steal. Just over a minute left to go in the half. Anthony Williams finds DeCaro. No good by the junior. .50 seconds left to go. Drive in for Spotswood. Walker gets it stolen again by Ingram. Josh Ingram.
Showtime!
And Ingram loses on the way up. Kicks it over to Caruso as he misses his light. A lot of things going right, but also a lot of things going wrong right now for St. Joe's. Coach Mate letting them know 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Score is tied at 31. Yaris guarded by Williams. 10 seconds left to go. Caruso guarding the no good shot. Ball is up for grabs between both teams, and they'll call a jump ball with 1.5 seconds left to go. So it'll be St. Joe's possession. I mean, 1.5 seconds left. So Kath, do you do a full court shot or do you heave it on the pass and just do a quick one?
I think you do just try to get a quick one in. Obviously 1.5 seconds. All you have time for is really to catch and shoot. So maybe try and get it to half court and then chuck it up, but you know, it is what it is.
So 1.5 seconds, Jeremy DeCaro on the inbound. He'll find Caruso, and Caruso will chuck it up, and his shot no good. So we go into the second half with a score tied, 31-31. Absolute electricity here in the Maglia. We saw history. Can we see St. Joe's pull it off to head on to the quarterfinals? We'll see. We'll see you after.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of St. Joseph Falcons basketball. I'm your host for the third quarter, Giacomo Priali, joined by Ben Chadwick. Ben, what really stood out to you in the first half? I mean, obviously St. Joe's is tied with Spotswood. It scores 31-31 going into the third quarter.
I mean, what really surprised me, or not surprised me, what impressed me was Josh Ingram. I'm not going to say I'm surprised by how much he's scoring, but Jock, after a quick statistical view at halftime, he has 20 points right now. He's on pace for 40, which is the most he'll ever have in his entire career. Josh Ingram is putting on a show today. He wanted to hit 1,000 points, and now he's more than surpassing it.
Almost definitely. Three from Spotswood is off. Regan with the rebound. St. Joe's will move the ball in transition. St. Joe's moving it around. St. Joe's needs a bucket here. They want to score first and try and get things started off right in the second half. Ben.
Definitely get that momentum going. You had some in the first and second quarter, then you lost it, then you had it. It was a roller coaster.
Caruso from three. Off the mark, whistle underneath. It'll be a shooting foul, I believe. That means Caruso will shoot, I believe, 3 if his feet were behind the line.
It will be 3 free throws for David Caruso, coming off a career-high game. Also for Caruso, he had 21 points in his last game, currently with 6. Could possibly make a 9 right now.
Obviously, we talk about Josh Ingram, how he could really be destined for a big game here. His big scheme is that of this season so far was that 33-point performance against Rutgers Prep in a big upset.
It really was, and I mean, St. Joe's has some really impressive wins and then some really off-putting losses. You don't really know where you're at with this team, and I think the Spotswood game is really proving so too. St. Joe's always plays to wherever their competition is at, better or worse. It's always a good game.
Definitely, and it looks like the call has been changed. Caruso shooting no free throws, but St. Joe's will have the ball underneath the basket.
It was definitely, if there is a foul, it was definitely a shooting foul, unless the refs are just saying, hey, we made a mistake, which is pretty weird in my eyes.
And Coach Jan is arguing with the refs. Coach Jan looks a little bit confused, and Caruso looks confused as well. The refs are going to meet up. I'm not quite sure.
Know. What is happening right now? I mean, it was a foul on the shot, and
now they're going to call it a foul on the floor. All right.
That still makes no sense. I mean, it's still for St. Joe's, but man, that is not the right call in my opinion.
It didn't look like the right call to me either, Ben. St. Joe's working it around once again. No score yet in the second half. St. Joe's wants to score first, though. Try and get that momentum going. Josh Ingram with the drive. That's no good. He gets his own rebound. No foul call. There's the foul call. 3 putback attempts on St. Joe's. I mean, St. Joe's just cannot get a bucket today, it seems, Ben.
And Jock, I'll be honest, Josh Ingram is playing incredibly well. He's the reason why this game is still so close for St. Joe's, but man, he was forcing it on that one. I know he feels like he's a star player because he is, but you got to work it around your teammates a little more. And finally, Anthony Williams gets the second rebound off of Ingram's layups, and now he'll beat it at the free throw line.
Most definitely. And one of the things on the St. Joseph offensive side of the ball, to me, I think that the shooters are really working today. You see David Caruso hit a couple of clutch threes. Jeremy DeCaro's been shooting it pretty well. Josh himself. So I think St. Joseph needs to maybe stick a little bit more around the perimeter. As Spotswood has contested, I would say, almost every close shot to the paint so far in this game. Spotswood going to move it up. St. Joe's and Anthony Williams hits the 2 free throws. So St. Joe's will lead 31-33. There's a steal. Ingram in transition. The Euro step, no good. Rebound goes to Spotswood.
And once again, he's forcing those shots. P.A. Walker was also a big offensive factor for Spotswood. Expect to see him get even more involved in the second half.
Definitely. P.A. Walker definitely hit some huge clutch threes for Spotswood down the stretch at the end of the second quarter. Great spin move by Spotswood. That's Rian Ashmataj. Now the score is tied once again, 33-33 with 6 minutes left to go. Williams fading away, no good. Rebound is tipped and recovered by Spotswood in transition. Kyrie Williams. No foul. They're going to call a blocking foul. That's an insanely late whistle. Coach Jen is very frustrated.
It was a late whistle, Jock, but Dante Regan was standing still for 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, he saw Walker at half court, and then he just said, hey, I'll try and draw the charge. He stood there.
And it's not like, if it was right after the play, then sure, but that was at least 2 or 3 seconds late. And the Falcon Flock's starting to get a little bit rowdy right now.
You'll see it on the side of your
That's
screen.
the first missed free throw of the game. The Flock is rowdy right now.
And Guac, me and Saketh are talking about this is a very good free throw shooting team for Spotswood, but man, the Flock, it does something to you.
I mean, our Falcon flock got, I mean, not the biggest flock today, but definitely a loud one. And I think this St. Joe's Falcons team really needed it today in their first playoff game and hopefully a very long GMC run. Kyrie Williams going to try and hit his second free throw to give Spotswood the lead. And he will make it. That'll be a 1-point lead for Spotswood. 34-33 with 6:20 left to go. Josh Ingram will bring the ball up for St. Joe's. Josh right down the lane. Oh my! Josh Ingram with the poster! The Falcon flag is erupting! Oh my!
Josh Ingram is taking no one hostage. No mercy tonight from the senior.
Oh my! The dunk of the year. As Spotswood hits a clutch three. That's an answer if I've seen one right there. Clutch three puts Spotswood back up 2. Josh Ingram.
Another one.
Josh Ingram in his bag right now. You can see Josh looks locked in. Coach Jan is ready. Oh, great hustle play by Caruso. Just comes up short. Spotswood working it in transition. And they're going to call the blocking foul. I mean, what a sequence of events there, Ben. The poster dunk, I think that's the best dunk I've seen all year out of a St. Joe's player other than maybe Owen Griffin's poster. And then a clutch three that just answered that dunk right back.
And Jock, there is so much energy in this gym. Like we said, Falcon Block is not the biggest, but it might be one of the loudest we've ever seen, especially after that Josh Ingram slam.
That's the right call there. Owen Griffin gets called for a push, and at least from what I can see, that's the right call in there. Spotswood will take the ball underneath the basket. Ben, I mean, to me, you can comment on this as well. I feel like there's been a lot of sloppy ball handling so far in this game. A lot of turnovers in transition, a lot of quick turnovers in the backcourt. What have you seen so far?
I've seen the exact thing that you just described.
Oh my, Kyrie Williams from 3 again.
Like I was saying, I mean, K.A. Williams having an awesome game, or K.A. Walker rather. But man, I mean, for both teams, it's foolish turnovers, which is why the game is so close.
I mean, St. Joe's trailing 3, and we'll be honest, I did not see this one. Dante Regan with the head fake. St. Joe's looking for a bucket. Don't need the 3 to tie, but would like it. Just need a bucket here. Try and get something momentum back. Williams working. Caruso will shoot the 3. Just off the mark. Williams will grab the rebound.
And a nice hustle from Anthony Williams. Not the biggest scoring night, but he is really playing physical, as you just saw there.
And they're going to call a foul on Spotswood. Little bit of arguing from the Spotswood coaches. Not too happy with the call, but nonetheless, it'll be St. Joe's ball underneath the basket. St. Joe's taking in Davey Caruso underneath the basket. Wait for an option. Almost stolen. We're going to say Anthony Williams laid out of bounds. Spotswood ball going the other way, Ben.
And these refs are making some bold calls. I'm not going to call them wrong calls, but they are definitely bold.
St. Joe's trailing 37-43 with 4:48 left to go in the third quarter. Excuse me.
Nice save there, but it goes right to St. Joe's.
Caruso gets blocked, pinned against the backboard. That was just a chuck layup. Transition. Charging foul. St. Joe's flock is very happy about that one. The call, charging foul. Owen Griffin taking the call.
And Jock, I know it's the right call, but man, if you're going to call that a charging, I'm still going back to how are you not going to call Dante Regan's call?
And there was a little disgruntlement from Spotswood coaching, but I believe that they probably told them they owed us one after that call.
So 4.5 minutes left to go for St. Joe's to try and take an even bigger lead, or try and take a lead whatsoever heading into the fourth.
Definitely. If you're Josh Ingram here, you got to command this game. Down 3 as he pulls up from 3, just off the mark. Long rebound will be brought in by K.A. Walker.
St. Joe's got to force some of those turnovers they did in the first half.
That's a bomb from K.A. Walker just off the mark. That was a little bit of a heat check 3. DeCaro will bring it up in transition for St. Joe's. Josh Ingram with the ball at the top of the key. That's where St. Joe's wants it. So he'll dump it off to Griffin.
You don't want Ingram to force it, but you do want him to take charge and take leadership in this game.
Anthony Williams down the lane. Rims in and out. A tough break for St. Joe's.
Yeah, St. Joe's calling for a travel there. They're not going to call it.
I believe it was a close call. I don't know if there should have been a whistle there. Spotswood will do it in transition. Another 3 from Spotswood. That's good. That sends the Spotswood student section into a frenzy.
And they are raining down threes right now on the Falcons. They just have no answer.
Josh with the putback. That one's good. Quick bucket for Josh Ingram. Needed that. It'll be 43-39. Spotswood Chargers lead. Oh. This is becoming a very close down to the wire game, Ben. As I was saying, Spotswood will lead 43-39 with 3:17 left to go.
And Dan Bellavia and Casey Comiskey will check on for both teams. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the third.
Spotswood moving in transition. St. Joe's half-court press. Need to get a stop. Another three from Spotswood. That one's off the mark. Need the rebound. Can't get it. And one. Wow. Spotswood is going into a frenzy right now.
Daniel Yaris is having himself a day in the Maglio right now. Him and Kie Walker are the clear leaders of this team and the sole reason why they lead by 6.
I mean, just a raining down of threes and buckets from Spotswood so far. Another brick on the free throw. Oh, that's got to be a foul going that way for St. Joe's, and it will. Anthony Williams looks a little shaken up, but he's good. He'll move right back on up.
I'm not going to lie, I was getting scared. He went down and held that arm and looked to be in a lot of pain immediately, but he just bounced right back up, so that's great to see.
Most definitely. St. Joe's really needs, they need to cut this game really, really close because St. Joe's obviously the clear favorite going into this game, but they have not looked like that so far. Spotswood looks like the team to beat in this game, man. They've been getting bucket after bucket so far in this game. Ingram will work it. That's Caruso from 3. St. Joe's needs it and will get it. Davey Caruso, a clutch 3, and that'll cut the deficit to only 3. Full court heave is good, and they'll move it on to Yaris. Give to this big man in the paint. Euro step is no good. They're going to call a foul, though. Going the other way. Offensive foul. Huge call. That was a huge break for St. Joe's. I thought it was going to be a shooting foul, but they're going to call it against Spotswood. St. Joe's a chance to tie the game back.
And Dan Bellavia doesn't go out there to score. He doesn't go out there to be a facilitator. He goes out there to draw fouls and make the other team angry. That is his exact role, and he did it to a T right there, making Spotswood very frustrated as well as drawing the fouls. We got a timeout on the floor.
And after a quick 30-second timeout, we are back once again in the third quarter of St. Joseph Falcons basketball. The Falcons trail 45-42, down 3 with 2:32 left to go in the third quarter, Ben.
And man, I mean, I'll be honest, I go to St. Joe's. This is embarrassing right now. You trail by 3 late in the third period. You're the 4 seed. Spotswood is the 13 seed. I mean, what is happening to the Falcons? Josh Ingram, he's stepping up the entire game, but the rest of the team, they got to do something to help him out.
I mean, listen, you look at the GMC conference, and it kind of looks like a March Madness bracket a lot of people pulled out. And always you have your upsets, as Anthony Williams gets a tough bucket right down the lane, cuts the Falcons' deficit to only 1. St. Joe's bringing on the full court press. Coach Jan bringing a lot of energy right now, telling his Falcons to get up. Kie Williams is stripped. Oh, wow, they're going to call a reach as Kie Williams hit the deck. I believe, is it going to be 1-on-1 or will it be on the floor? Because it definitely wasn't a shooting foul.
It was a rough angle. To me, it looked like all ball, but I mean, we saw the other side of it. I can't bash the refs for that one. He might have saw more than I did. Yeah. I mean, I want to talk about Anthony Williams a little bit. He took on less of a scoring role this year, honestly, than he has last year, but he is still putting up hustle-wise and rebounding-wise. And right there, good to see him finally get a bucket.
Josh Ingram tips it, just can't grab it, though, right into the hands of Kie Walker. Spotswood working it around, wants to increase their lead, looking for a bucket. Coming down the lane, just going to keep kicking it around, looking for an option. Can't find anything. St. Joseph's defense been harassing. They're going to call a walk. Huge call, moving the other way. Spotswood called with the walk. Falcon Flock starting to get a little rowdy.
And Jock, it's those silly turnovers that are going to decide the game. Spotswood was forcing a lot against St. Joe's in the first half. St. Joe's starting to force more and more here in the second half. That really could be the difference maker for the Falcons.
And I think it most will be, Ben. I feel like each team has been able to get a decent amount of buckets right around the same scoring roles so far. But it really, in my opinion, is going to come down to who can handle the ball most cleanly and cause less turnovers in the fourth quarter. Because you know how that pressure can be big stage in a conference game. As Williams finds DeCaro backdoor, St. Joe's will take the lead, 46-45, 1:20 left to go in the third quarter.
And it's been a long time since we've seen St. Joe's lead this game, almost the first quarter maybe. So good to see the Falcons back on top. Can they keep it?
Just moving it. Coach Jan's half-court press is really causing some dismay from the Spotswood team. As that's a corner three for Kie Walker. It's good. Kie Walker hits the ice in his veins. He's been hot all night. Josh Ingram working it around. It's Williams. Josh Ingram wide open from three. Gets it to go. Josh Ingram, clutch bucket down the stretch. St. Joe's leads 49-48 with 45 seconds left to go.
And Josh Ingram is going nuclear here tonight.
Owen Griffin in transition. He has a lane Euro step and is blocked. But they're going to call a foul, I believe. What a break from St. Joe's. Owen Griffin decided to go with the Euro step, got pinned against the backboard, but they're going to call him foul. That's still some contact underneath, so Owen Griffin will shoot two with the 1-point Falcon lead and 36 seconds left to go.
And man, Jock, I'm not going to lie. I might be even siding with the Spotswood fans right now. That was really ticky-tacky.
I mean,
to call a shooting foul on that one, it looked like a really clean block. I mean, St. Joe's will take it, but man, that's a rough call.
Yeah, the only thing that maybe sounded somewhat encouraging of a right call was that the ref underneath the basket was the one to call the foul. He had the cleanest angle of Owen Griffin going up. So, I mean, it was a very close call nonetheless, Ben.
St. Joe's trying to take a 2-point lead here. 36 seconds left to go in the third period.
Griffin misses the first one. His second one is good. Make the Falcons lead 50-48, 36 seconds left to go. Spotswood will most likely hold on to the ball for the last shot unless they want to try and get some kind of 2-for-1, try and tie this game up.
25 seconds left to go now, Jock.
Spotswood just working it around, and that looks exactly what they're going to do. They want to hold the last shot as they're going to swing it to their guy, Kie Walker. He's going to look for a shot. He'll take his time. We got 10 seconds left here. Spotswood just working it around. We want to burn every last second of this clock. Spotswood, corner three, just short, rebounded by Owen Griffin. Caruso with 0.6 seconds to go. He won't get it to go. St. Joe's will go into the fourth quarter with a measly 2-point lead, Ben.
And man, I mean, measly is a perfect word, but it should be fun in the...
Gotcha. Sounds good.
We are back for the fourth quarter of action here in the Maglo Gymnasium. St. Joe's leads by 2. 8 minutes left to go to decide both of these teams' fates.
As St. Joe's looking for a bucket. Josh Ingram will start it off. St. Joe's, once again, as we said in the third quarter, they want to start off strong. They want to score first. They had the lead 50-48 in a very close game. Caruso misses the layup.
Yeah, the alley-oop to Caruso almost worked. Little big
Good
man.
save. Owen Griffin with the tip.
Now Jeremy DeCaro with the steal. So Josh Ingram will keep it going for the Falcons.
Ingram
Nice
just
work
moving
into
all over the
left.
place.
Over to Owen Griffin.
Close
Griffin
one.
barely saving it. And the ball's just going to go backcourt. And Jeremy DeCaro will grab it and get the backcourt violations. The Spotswood will take over. St. Joe's a 45-second possession to start the fourth quarter.
Smart play by Jeremy DeCaro. Sensed the defender around him, just going to take the violation instead of it being a fast break bucket, which could have been another huge momentum swing in the wrong direction for St. Joe's.
It definitely could have been. They're lucky to get out of that one. Aiden Scher starting off with Spotswood.
Spots working it around. They want another three, it looks like. Nope, they won't.
The drive to the left.
Oh, that's a tough call. Looked like maybe a little push on the drive.
It's going to be a tripping call against Owen Griffin. And we're in the fourth quarter. You're going to have to watch those fouls, especially against players like Owen Griffin. He is a cornerstone to this lineup. Scher, another inbound. Going to heave it over to Armitage.
Armitage working in the paint, working on Owen Griffin for a bucket.
Armitage kicks it out to Comiskey. Over to Scher again, fumbling the ball. They're going to slow it down, gain their bearings. Scher over the drive in. No good. Foul is called.
They call a blocking foul underneath, and that's a tough break because that was a miss, and St. Joe's would have had the rebound going in transition, but they're going to get Jeremy DeCaro underneath on the blocking foul.
It actually looks like it's going to be a shooting foul. So
Shooting
Scher
foul.
is going to head to the line.
I don't know if that's a bonus or if that's just a block foul. I believe it's the bonus. So it's not a shooting foul, but Spotswood will shoot 2 free throws.
First one drops for Aiden Scher, 92% free throw shooter for Spotswood as the leading team. And both drop.
Tie game with 6:40 left to go in the Maglio.
6.5 minutes left to go, like you said. This is where heroes are made, Jock. Anthony Williams driving into the right. Finds Caruso the pass, had too much mustard on it. Spotswood will take over.
Dante Regan going to sub in. DeCaro has a couple too many fouls. So on the floor for St. Joe's, Dante Regan, Davey Caruso, Ant Williams, Josh Ingram, and Owen Griffin.
Scher finds Comiskey. Over to Walker. Guarded by Ingram. Those are the 2 stars. And we're going to get a foul called against Dante Regan off ball, sending Rion Armitage to the line.
And Dante Regan looks disgruntled by the call, I guess could be the right word. He doesn't really see it.
And Jock, silly turnovers, silly penalties right now for St. Joe's. That is the reason why Spotswood is still in this game. You got to clean those up.
Spotswood a chance to extend this lead, and they will. Spotswood will lead 51-50 at the moment, 6:20, waiting on the second free throw from Armitage.
Rion Armitage, 10 points per game. He's at 81% free throw shooter. He knocks down both these, giving them a 2-point lead. Josh Ingram, 29 points at the moment. Nearing another 30-burger, which he has become so keen to here in this season.
Caruso, the shot fake. And they're going to call the shove. That's a close one. And that'll give St. Joe's one back. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Davey Caruso, one of the better free throw shooters on the St. Joe's Falcons team. He knows he's got to hit both of these just to tie this game right back up.
He definitely does. These are clutch free throws here for the junior. He had a massive game last game, like we said, his career high. Having a very nice game this game. Caruso, his first shot is up, and his first shot is good. Potential to tie the game here.
Davey Caruso has one more free throw left, a chance to tie it with 6:11 left to go in the fourth quarter. A game coming right down to the wire, Ben. Caruso's second shot is good, so it'll be a 52-52 game once again with 6:11 left on the clock.
Scher now, bringing the ball up for Spotswood.
Almost stolen by Anthony Williams. Almost stolen again.
Over to
Kie Walker off the mark. Rebounded by Anthony Williams. Tough rebound.
Now Josh Ingram on the other end. A lot happening on the court. And they're going to call a foul.
Spotswood can't believe it. Their student section and fans are not happy with the call. Josh Stringham maybe sold it a little bit, but that is a huge call from St. Joe's.
It definitely is, Jock. Spotswood is not happy with it. Josh Stringham goes to the line, almost automatic, you could call him.
It'll be another 1-and-1 shot. They're going to call it on the floor. Josh Ingram will be shooting a 1-and-1, chance to increase the lead to 2. But if he misses the first one, Spotswood could potentially just get that ball right back.
Ingram's first shot is up.
Free throw from Josh Ingram makes the Falcons lead 1. 53-52 with 5.
Yeah,
I got you.
So now here comes Spotswood. The 3 from Comiskey. It's good for the Chargers.
St. Joe's needs an answer right now. Josh Stringham will bring it up.
5.5 minutes left to go. Falcons trail by 1. Over to Owen Griffin for 3. No good. Caruso with the rebound.
Anthony Williams, tough bucket at the rack.
Anthony Williams, not used to scoring like I said earlier, but he is getting his buckets here today, and they are clutch.
Coach Jan trying to spark some life in his team. Kie Williams on the drive, Euro step. Shooting foul. Looked like the right call. Anthony Williams bumped into him a little bit.
All right.
Sounds good.
First free throw for Kie Walker is good. Game is tied, 56. And both will drop for the junior.
Spotswood takes a 1-point lead. 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 57-56 Spotswood.
And man, it is getting tense here in the Maglio for both sides. Owen Griffin kicks it over to Ingram. Josh Ingram trying to work his way inside. Ingram, the turnaround pass gets stolen.
Spotswood going fast in transition. Corner 3.
Is good for Daniel Yaris.
Oh my, Spotswood.
They
Huge
won't let
bucket.
up. And now here comes Josh Ingram trying to answer quickly. Finds Jeremy DeCaro, the 3 in the corner. Jeremy DeCaro.
That's an answer right there.
The bucket is good for the junior.
Huge answer. Jeremy DeCaro quiets the crowd right away. Spotswood's lead is only cut down to 1. 60-59. Spotswood lead with 4:30 left to go in the Maglio.
And a timeout by Coach Steve May. We'll take a quick break in the broadcast and be right back for the final 4.5.
Say a prayer.
4.5 minutes left to go. Spotswood ball, they lead by 1. Comiskey finds Amatage. Over to Walker. Walker driving in on Griffin. Bucket is no good.
Foul on the way down. Anthony Williams got fouled. Huge opportunity for St. Joe's here, as they'll have another foul. I believe St. Joe's going to shoot a 1-and-1.
It looks like
Two shots. It's going to be 2 shots for St. Joe's, as I believe St. Joe's will be in the double bonus now.
Anthony Williams, the 1-and-1 to take the lead.
So now, as we said, Ben, the turnovers are going to be a huge play, but the fouls now could be a huge play. Any foul against Spotswood will be 2 free throws for St. Joe's, as Anthony Williams misses the first one. Don't like to see that for the Falcons. St. Joe still only trails 1, so if he's able to hit this second one, it'll be a tie game.
Gotta try and tie the game up here. These are clutch free throws, crucial free throws for Anthony Williams. At least he makes the second one. Tie game here in the Maglio. Cher gonna work it down to Comiskey. Over to Walker. Quick to Amatage.
No
Amatage
charging
coming
foul
out of the
call.
layup.
Smokes the layup. Huge, huge, huge break for St. Joe's. They'll have a chance to take the lead in this game as Caruso will bring it up.
Dave Caruso taking the screen from Griffin. Looking to his left, finds Griffin. And another timeout by Coach Coco Ziello. 4 minutes left to go. The game. We're back. 4 minutes left to go in the game. Josh Ingram on the inbound. And Ingram will get it right back and take the ball up. Tie ball game.
St. Joe's wants a bucket. Tie game, as Ben said. St. Joe's wants to have the momentum swing their way early.
Ingram will try and get it here. Driving to his left. Now to the right. The crossover heading in. Josh Ingram. A nice and easy bucket. Men are falling over. No call from the ref, but now a really late whistle once again. And they're just going to have the players clean up. Some of the sweat on the court could be a little dangerous. So the starters are out there doing some of the dirty work with 3.5 minutes left to go in the GMC first round game. A lot of squeaking going on over there, Jock.
Definitely a nice little funny interaction underneath the basket. But nonetheless, St. Joe's, like I said, got the momentum to swing their way early. They'll take a nice, easy 2-point lead, 62-60.
And Jock, I mean, we see Josh Ingram, how he played in the first half. Do you look to see him just take over in these final few minutes, or do you want the team to really step up?
I mean, he's the St. Joe's leader. I mean, I would like to see some other guys step up, obviously, as the ball movement definitely has been there for St. Joe's today.
Comiskey for 3, it's good! And Spotswood once again takes the lead.
63-62. Back and forth shootout between St. Joe's and Spotswood here in the Maglio.
It is so fun to watch, non-partially, but you know we're from St. Joe's, so this is very worrying for the Falcons. Josh Ingram for 3. It's good! Josh Ingram not letting up at all.
Josh Ingram with the huge step back 3. That's an answer from Kaminsky's 3 in the corner. Spotswood down 2, trying to look for a bucket here.
Finding Cher in the corner. Cher works it in together. And the bucket is good from Yaris. Tie game once again.
Back and forth, Ben. No team letting up. Both teams want this badly, and you can clearly see it on the court so far.
Josh Ingram working in. Finds Jeremy Nicaro for 3 in the corner. It's good! Jeremy Nicaro taking another lead for St. Joe's.
Huge bucket down the stretch for Nicaro in the corner. Bumps the St. Joe's lead up to 3, 68-65, 2:20 left to go in the Maglio.
Cher driving to his right. Cher, the tough lay, no good. Josh Ingram on the board. And Josh is going to slow it down just a bit over 2 minutes.
That's the right call there from Josh Ingram. Has to be a leader. He knows his team's up 3. They want an easy bucket here. Do not put any unnecessary pressure on themselves here down the stretch.
Ingram going to find DeCaro. Another three for Jeremy DeCaro. No good. And Spotswood's going to take over. Amatage working it over to Yaris. Ingram a nice defense, but it gets over to Comiskey for another three. Pump fake, he won't take it.
Spotswood moving it around once again. They need another bucket. Down three. Walker shot just off.
And a timeout for St. Joe's. They lead by 3. The intensity in this gymnasium is at an all-time high.
Tensions are rising between these two teams right now, Ben. Very, very close game.
We'll be back after a few seconds just to recover our voices real quick, Jock. We got a minute 40 left. We are back for the final 100 seconds here in this one. Jeremy DeCaro on the inbound for St. Joe's as they lead by 3. He finds David Caruso. Caruso gonna get a quick break here. Not gonna take the shot. Over to Dante Regan. And Josh Ingram's gonna slow things down, guarded by Amatage.
Ingram working his magic, looking
Here
for a
comes
bucket.
Josh Ingram, the layup. No good. St. Joe's, that's the rebound.
Dante Regan, clutch chase down right there. St. Joe looking for an answer. Josh Ingram was triple teamed Owen Griffin. That's a foul, and that's the right call right there as Owen Griffin went up.
Griffin on the way up. It's a shooting foul, and Jock, I mean, the way he was jumping, I think we could have been in for another Owen Griffin poster.
And that could have been a crowd silencer from Owen Griffin. But Spotswood, I think he made the right call with the foul there.
You definitely did. I mean, you want to talk about a momentum killer for Spotswood if that went down, but now he just sending them to the line. But still, clutch free throws can make it a 2-possession game. And the first one falls for Owen Griffin. 4-point lead for St. Joe's. A minute and 15 seconds left to go, and a timeout is called by Coach Mate.
And we are back from the timeout break. Coach Jan riling up the student section. They're starting to get into it a little bit.
We mentioned before, not many, but they are loud. Owen Griffin, 1 for 1, make it 2 for 2 possibly. Shot is up. It is no good. St. Joe's only leads by 4. Walker is going to get fouled by Caruso, and Walker will go to the line. Dave Caruso was caught up after the board, and the ref's going to call a reach-in.
2 shots are awarded to Spotswood. Huge break for the Chargers. If Kie Walker can hit both of these, that'll be a huge, huge, huge cut of a deficit. They're only down 4, but the difference between 2 and 4 with a minute left to go is a big difference, man.
Kie Walker, an 86% free throw shooter. He makes the first one. It's a 3-point lead for St. Joe's.
Bottom.
Second shot is up and good. 2-point lead now for the Falcons. Ingram, guarded by Armitage.
Oh.
And a foul is called. They're going to call a shove on Josh Ingram.
Frustrating foul. Spotswood student section into a frenzy right now. Wow. And Spotswood has a chance to tie or take the lead in this game.
The Chargers take over possession, and like you said, Jock, they've rained down the threes. Will they take the lead here?
You can see Coach Jan right away. He ran right over to where Josh Ingram was going back. He said it's okay, just encouraging his best player. He needs to calm him down and make sure Josh Ingram is locked in for these last couple of seconds as it's tipped, but it will remain Spotswood ball.
65 seconds left to go. Yeah, like you said, tipped from Dave Caruso. Comiskey with the inbound now for the Chargers. Defended by Ingram. Oh, Ingram also got a hand on that instead of the Walker in the left corner now. Back over to Comiskey.
Spotswood working it around once again.
Share the drive in, and Aiden Share can't get it to go.
Takaro with the rebound.
It's a massive rebound for the junior. St. Joe's got to get this ball over the court.
That would be a bump foul. Huge call. St. Joe's will have another 2 free throws. But once again, Owen Griffin's missed a couple today. But he will shoot 2. So we can have a bigger lead increase by St. Joe's. But nothing too sure yet, Ben.
And he's the big man for St. Joe's. Not the greatest free throw shooter on the team. Still a very solid one. These are some massive free throws, man. 48 seconds left to go. Could make it a 2-possession game. Can the junior do it? We need a stoppage and play once again. Those players, as Mr. Martin heads out there, he's going to have to clean up that wet spot real quick.
Flock loves Mr. Martin coming alive. Mr. Martin's going to clean up a nice little spot.
And Spotswood is very used to these close games. They just came out of the preliminary round winning 72-68 against Carteret. So they're very used to tense situations. We'll see how they handle it. The first shot for Griffin is up, and the first shot for Griffin is good.
Huge free throw, Owen Griffin. Now, once again, Ben, as we said, Spotswood has not missed many 3-pointers today. So if you're St. Joe's, you really, really, really would like Owen Griffin to hit this second one, as we're going to have another stoppage of play and a timeout will be called.
And man, I mean, talk about icing the kicker in the NFL. Maybe we're icing the free throw shooter right now is the plan for Coach Mate. We'll see how Griffin comes out of it. I mean, last time he was at the line, he shot a free throw, he made it, he went into a timeout, came back out and missed it. Will that be the same story? We'll have to see. We are back for the final 48 seconds. Owen Griffin's going to head to the line real quick. I mean, before we get into this absurd action that's about to go down, I want to thank all of our 185 viewers with us at the moment. We really appreciate you tuning in. And you got a fun one to watch for the next couple of minutes. The next shot by Griffin is good. That's a 2-possession lead for St. Joe's. Share. Over to Comiskey. Comiskey finds Yaris. Over to Comiskey again. And Comiskey! The N1 bucket! And Jeremy Nakaro is down injured. Casey Comiskey just got the bucket and will head to the line. And Jeremy DeCaro does not look all right.
Just in shambles. He seems all right. He's not happy with the call at all.
And that's a big bruise on his head, but man, he's a star running back on the football team. He's taking a couple of hits. That is no different. Casey Comiskey to make it a 1-point game. No good. St. Joe's still leads by 2. Josh Ingram, guarded by Scher. 30 seconds left. Finds Caruso. Davey Caruso. Back to Ingram. Over to DeCaro. We're going to slow it down here. Jeremy DeCaro has a layup. Won't take it. And Davey Caruso will be fouled by Aiden Scher.
Spotswood begging for a free throw miss here. Really desperately need one.
This is coming down to the wire. 2 makes by Caruso could put this one in the books.
The hands of this game are in number 14, Davey Caruso, at the free throw line. 16 seconds left. Spotswood student section yelling their loudest. Need a huge miss out of Caruso. First one's up.
And it's good for Davey Caruso. And Jock, for just a junior, these are some really intense moments to be out there.
A clutch shot by Davey Caruso. Needs one more against Spotswood. A very high efficient shooting three-point team.
Second one is up and good. It's a 4-point lead for the Falcons. Aiden Scher. Desperation 3. No good as an air ball. And that just might do it. 10 seconds left. St. Joe's takes over. They lead by 4. It's a full court press by the Chargers.
Desperation time for Spotswood. DeCaro will get it into Josh Ingram. Working on a couple defenders.
And that's going to do it. Dave Caruso is going to get fouled with 5 seconds left to go. And there's not much hope now. Looks like St. Joe's is going to get by the skin of their teeth.
Just a brutal loss for Spotswood. They were in this game, had multiple leads in this game. Could have been a huge upset early in the GFC conference. But, I mean, this is a very, very, very close win for St. Joe's.
Caruso to cement the win. First one is up and good for the junior. Some really clutch free throws he's made. And the Falcon flock is getting rowdy. Davey Caruso is with them. St. Joe's is calling this game as Davey Caruso goes 2 for 2 from the line. 5 seconds left to go. Casey Comiskey, another desperation 3, and it'll fall, but that'll be it from the Maglio. St. Joe's wins in a nail-biter, 75-72, and the Falcons move on to the GMC quarterfinals. So for Giacomo Imperiali, Keth Kodori, I've been Ben Chadwick. Thanks for tuning in.